Hey everybody, it's Rykard here again, back with another black and white Pokemon analysis. Today, we're going to be discussing the solar Pokemon known as Ulgamoth. So let's get started by taking a look at its typing, abilities, and stats. So first off, Ulgamoth sports the Bug Fire typing, which is very rare, and I think it's the only Pokemon other than its pre-evolution that has it. But with this typing, you are weak to water, flying, and then you have a 4 times weakness to rock. So that is unfortunate because that means this Pokemon will get severely damaged by Stealth Rocks when you switched in. But that is just kind of unfortunate. But you do resist quite a bit of things, meaning that you resist grass 4 times, ice, fire, steel, and other bug types. So it's pretty cool typing nonetheless. As for the abilities, the first one you get is known as Flame Body, which is a pretty cool ability that makes it so that when you're hit by a physical attack that makes contact, there is a 30% chance that your opponent will become burned. And that's great because obviously when they're using contact moves, they're most likely going to be physical, so burning them will severely hinder their abilities to hurt you physically. So that's always a great thing to have. As for its turn mode ability, it's known as Swarm, which is a pretty cool ability that it increases the power of bug-type moves by 1/3 when you're at, by 1.5 when you're at a third of your health or less. So it's pretty cool to use, and if you want its Bug Buzz to be more powerful, you might as well go with Swarm. As for its stats though, it has 85 HP, coupled with 65 physical defense and 105 special defense. So for the special side, you actually have some pretty good special defenses because obviously 85 HP is actually pretty good, and 105 special defense is actually really good for a base stat in that. Unfortunately though, you only have 65 physical defense as I said before, so in that area you probably won't be able to take as many hits. As for the attacking stats though, you get 60 physical attack, which is really not that much, so really you probably won't be using a lot of physical moves with Ulgamoth, but it does learn some interesting ones which are worth checking out. And its special attack is 135, which is ridiculously high, so this Pokemon can definitely deal out a ton of damage from the special end. Lastly, it has 100 speed, meaning that it will be very fast in battle and be able to deal a lot of damage to a lot of things quickly because of that speed coupled with your high special attack. But with that, let's take a look at a couple of sets that Ulgamoth might be able to make use of in this new generation. So in this first set, we're going to give Ulgamoth a timid nature to increase its speed but lower its physical attack. And then for the ability, we could either go with Flame Body or Swarm, because you do have the chance to get a boost on your bug type moves. Personally though, I would go with Flame Body just because I like the idea of burning over more powerful bug moves. As for the EVs though, we're going to put 4 into HP, 252 into special attack to give you the highest special attack you can get with a timid nature, and then 252 into speed to give you your max speed possible. As for the item, we're probably only going to be making use of leftovers because of the fact that you will get destroyed by Stealth Rocks by switching in, so having leftovers will definitely help you out in that area. The only reason I put Life Orb there is if you have a spinner on your team, because otherwise you should not really use Life Orb if your opponent's setting up Stealth Rocks, because you'll be at half your health starting out, and then you'll lose health every time you attack, and chances are something with priority can come in and take you out. So that's unfortunate. So unless you're using a spinner, don't use Life Orb, and that's my advice, but I'm sure other people could find a way where it would work too, but that's just my opinion. But as for the moves, the first one we're going to make use of is Butterfly Dance, which is a really cool new move that increases your special attack, special defense, and speed. As this Pokemon has high special attack and high speed, Butterfly Dance is a perfect move for it. So that'll definitely be helpful in boosting its stats and allow it to do a ton of damage to anything. With those boosts though, we're going to be making use of Bug Buzz as a very powerful stab move that you can use for the bug variety, and then its signature move, which is known as Fire Dance, which is a pretty cool new move that it has 80 base power and it is a special fire type move, and I believe there's a 50% chance to increase your special attack every time you use it. So that's really unique because even if you don't have a chance to set up a Butterfly Dance, you can still get a special attack boost from Fire Dance. So that's great, and will definitely allow Ulgamoth to do plenty of damage from its physical side. I'm sorry, special side. And then for the last move, you can either make use of Psychic, just because it can learn it, and it's a cool move to use, I guess, or you can use Hidden Power Ice. And the only reason I put Hidden Power Ice on this is because there are a ton of dragons running around now that were normally Uber, but are unbanned from that tier anymore, so you can use them in OU. So Hidden Power Ice is definitely a useful hidden power to have as the last move in the set. Lastly, we have this set for Ulgamoth, which I think is probably its most useful one in my opinion, because I prefer to have a balance of defense and power as opposed to just being fast and powerful. But with this set, we're going to give Ulgamoth a bold nature to increase its physical defense and lower its physical attack. And then we're going to be making use of only the ability Flame Body this time, to have the chance to obviously burn your opponent if they're using a contact move. As for the EVs, we're going to put 252 into HP to give you max HP, 252 into physical defense to give you max physical defense, and then 4 for speed to give you that 1 more point in speed. As to the item, this time we're only going to be choosing between leftovers and leftovers, so we're going to go with leftovers. But this set is meant to be bulky, as you can see, because obviously, as I said before, when looking at the stats, its physical defense really isn't that great as compared to its special defense. And since the first move in our set, Butterfly Dance, also boosts special defense, we're pretty good in that area, and with the ability Flame Body, there's obviously the chance of burning, which will then make your really high defense even more useful. So it's a pretty well-rounded defensive set that sets up to be incredibly powerful, because Butterfly Dance, again, is there to also increase your special attack and your speed to make this Pokemon very ridiculously awesome. That wasn't even good English right there, but that's how awesome it is. But basically the reasoning behind this is because you're not using physical attack, so, and I mean Butterfly Dance is boosting the other stats, so we're putting EVs into the stats Butterfly Dance isn't boosting, thus making Ulgamoth ridiculously powerful and useful. But with the Butterfly Dance, we're going to be making use of Bug Buzz again, but this time instead of its signature move, we're actually going to be making use of Flamethrower, just because it's a little bit more powerful and it has a chance to burn. And the reasoning why we're going with the bird, obviously, is because we're going to be bulky, so bird is always beneficial in that area, and I like the 15 points more powerful that Flamethrower is than Fire Dance. And then lastly, we're going to be making use of Morning Sun, which is a cool move that that increases your health by 50%, similar to other HP boosting moves, but this move is hindered during sandstorm and rain, so that is and hail too, I think. So that is something to make note of when you're using it, but it's a good move to have nonetheless because it'll allow you to recover HP after being ridiculously hurt by Stealth Rocks. So that is always beneficial, even if it's just a little bit of HP that you're recovering, because this Pokemon obviously has a severe weakness to that, as I said. But this is meant to just be a very well-rounded set that makes use, or that boosts its not so great stats with EVs, and then boosts its already really good stats with Butterfly Dance, making it very powerful and very defensive. But that is it for Ulgamoth, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm glad that now that I've made this, that half of you can stop posting in all of my other videos telling me to make this Pokemon, because that was quite annoying. I'm just saying, if you're going to post in my other videos, post about the Pokemon that the video is describing. Simple as that. But that's all I ask. But anyways, that's about it. So take care, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.